Steelers owners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard, Youth Wolf, coming at you live from the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today, we have our plays and our pauses. That's our starts and our sits. Players that we believe in, players that we do not believe in, Jason. And we also have our streamers. I got a streamer for every single position. So somebody that is available on your waiver wire that you can go out and stream this week, man. It's the middle of playoffs. If you made it this far, you're probably not streaming, but just in case, I've got some for you. And hey, man, we got the news. There's some news. We're going to go over that, see how that affects you and your team and your family. And anyways, before we get into all that, Jason, this show needs help, man. Just look at our subscribers, man. We need help. All right? Please, Jason, tell the public how they can help this show.
Yeah, if you made it this far and enjoyed two friends talking about fantasy football, then please hit the subscribe. Press the like. We like the likes. Leave us a comment. If you have any starter state questions, let us know in the comments. We get back to you. We're also on the radio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then we're also on a Patreon. Check it out.
Yeah, the number one way to support the show, man, like, subscribe. That sends us out to more people. Hey, and Patreon, one day, maybe we can do this full time. One day, maybe in a million years. I better get on some kind of new diet, Jason, that allows me to live a long time. Anyways, moving forward, the title of my page I just opened is Saints Sign the CEH. I thought that was crazy. That was the first thing I wrote down today. So I thought CEH was cut because of PTSD. Apparently, Jason, he wasn't good enough for the roster. And they just need warm bodies over there for the Saints right now. I just wanted to point that out. I thought he was like PTSD, like could not play, and I was feeling terrible for him. But apparently he's getting over that. He's signing with another team.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking the same thing too. But if they just need warm bodies over there, I mean, I'm not going to pick him up. You know, no need to. No,
there's probably he's still probably like third on the depth chart. I have not looked, but even with all the injuries over there. Yeah. Jason Surtain off the injury report versus the Chargers. The Chargers. We talked about how Quentin Johnson has a bad matchup versus Surtain, but Denver plays like man the most, and Quentin Johnson has like a 33% target share versus man. It's kind of crazy, but still. So Quentin Johnson, I think, is going to be matched up with Patrick Surtain this week, Jason.
Yeah, so don't start him is what you're saying, right?
I wouldn't. It's not like you're starting Quentin. I mean, when he catches a touchdown, he does well. But I do not see that happening this week. Yeah. Even though Denver, man, allowing like the second most or the most passing yards over the last 3 games. So shit is kind of falling off a cliff over there.
I saw that too, and it was like by like 100 yards, I think.
Fucking crazy. And then, hey, Gorindo, I can't remember his name, Jason Isaac, the running back for the 49ers. He did not practice today with a hamstring issue. It is Dude's Day, but I don't think he doesn't have that dude status, Jason. Like, he needs to be in there practicing. And he entered last week. He barely played. That was a foot injury. This new one is a hamstring injury. So this guy's supposed to be a league winner, man. Keep your eye on him.
Dude, this is just crazy for all the injuries San Francisco 49ers running backs go through over the years. It's insane.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Jason, Charbonnet is out with an oblique injury. Walker just did a walkthrough, but he didn't play. And on the comments are like, how do the Seattle Seahawks have more oblique injuries than any other running back, any other team ever, pretty much, because that's what, what's his name was dealing with all last season, I think, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I think he even had it a little bit this year, too, in the beginning.
So I don't know what they're doing with their obliques over there, Jason.
Can you pull it if you laugh too loud? Too much?
Jason Koo, Young Ho Koo is to the IR, now with Michael Penix Jr. in. I think the Falcons field goal kicker is a good one to pick up and to start. And also, Jason, for your Brock Bowers owners out there, maybe Jacoby Myers owners, AOC, Aiden O'Connell, full participant in practice. I expect them to be much better. I expect Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers to be the most targeted players on that team this week.
Absolutely. The ball's only going to go to them two. Nobody else.
Because AOC was, when I watch those games, that's all he was focused on. And everybody else has been spreading the ball around. I hate it.
And that's A-OK.
Yeah, and speaking of that team, Jason, Sincere, I saw, was out for the season. I got injured. And then Madison. And then they showed Madison, like the last couple starts, man. He's actually been pretty good when he's had the full workload. So if you were desperate for a running back, look at Madison's stats from when he had a full workload and see if that's something that you want to roll out there.
Yeah, I think his yards per carry is actually low, but he's great at the goal line. Is that
Dude, I read the stat and I totally forgot about it because I got some stuff going on around here. But anyways, Penix Jr. Jason taking over, and we will talk about that shortly. But I just want to mention that in the news.
Yep.
And he is who I wanted the Vikings to draft. And the Vikings drafted J.J. McCarthy, and you see how that turned out. So anyways, Jason, let's get into some streamers. All right? So streamers for every single position. But just so you guys know where we are, I'll put that. Man, that is, you're going to be like stream. But I don't care.
It looks like an N. Stream.
That's what it is. Jason, for quarterbacks, it is tough out there. You're going to start Mac Jones at Las Vegas. Las Vegas is actually pretty good against the pass. I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers at home. I think he's at home versus the Rams. Dude, the over and under for this game is at 46.5. So Vegas sees points here. The Rams are allowing the 10th most pass attempts per game over the last 3. So I was looking at Aaron Rodgers' pass attempts, Jason. It's been like 39, 39, and then 30. And the Rams are allowing a ton of pass attempts. So you do have to throw the ball a lot against the Rams because of that offense. Aaron Rodgers has 39 pass attempts in 2 of his last 3. Threw only 30 throws last week, but he had 3 touchdowns. But he also ran. We spoke about this. 6 for 45 yards. I don't expect that at all. But maybe he's just cutting it loose at the end of the season. I don't know, dude. He hadn't ran 5+ times since like week 8 or something like that. Hey, but still, that's good to do, right? He was quarterback 4 last week, quarterback 11 the week before. So we have a 2-week stretch of him being a starting quarterback, Jason, quarterback 1. And the problem with the Rams are Breece Hall is healthy, but the Rams only giving up 1 rushing touchdown per game. And with this over and under, Jason, I see a couple passing touchdowns at least for Aaron Rodgers and maybe some rushes as well.
Yeah, and there's a chance that they're going to be playing from behind, too.
Yeah, the Jets defense has not been good as of late. Brian Thompson Jr. torched Sauce Gardner last week.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jason, for running backs, we know that David Montgomery went down. They are at Chicago this week. Chicago allowing the 2nd most rushing yards over the last 3, 146 yards per game. The over and under for this game is at 47.5. That's good. Chicago allowing the 2nd most rushing touchdowns over the last 3 at 1.7 per game. So with the Chicago secondary, it forces other teams to run the ball a lot against them, and that is the case right now. And they are like allowing the 5th most rushing attempts over the last 3 as well. So people have to run the ball, man. And then Detroit has the 6th highest run rate this year at 47%. So I just see Detroit running the shit out of this ball. And Jahmyr Gibbs, they still want to say, man, they're going to make playoffs no matter what. So I'm choosing Craig Reynolds, Jason. There's a couple of there's another running back. I forget his name. It's like a Hawaiian name. But Craig Reynolds, I think that he is going to be the guy that takes over for David Montgomery. And now I could be wrong. One of these running backs is going to be very streamable. Whichever one you believe in, you should go with your gut.
Yeah, and I think Reynolds has actually had some playing time for the Lions before with
He's averaging like 5 yards a carry, 4 yards, 5 point something yards a carry.
Yeah, Tyler, I think you and I could average 5 yard or 5 yards a carry behind that offensive line.
Whatever the yards before contact, Jason, is what I would average.
Yeah.
And then, I spoke about this on the wide receiver cornerback. Jason, did you watch that episode last time?
Last time, you mean today's?
This week, yeah. It was today. It is today.
Yep.
Did you watch that today?
Yes.
Did you see the man versus zone?
Yes. I'm glad that
I'm talking about Superman. Okay, so there are some streamers. I like Jalen McMillan. I think he's going to be a great streamer. Wandell Robinson, great streamer as well. But if I'm going for upside here, Jason, I'm going, where is this? Keon Coleman, man, versus New England. So the Bills are getting 14 points here. That's kind of scary for me because they might not throw the ball a lot. The over and under for this game is 46.5. That is 14 points, Jason. That's the biggest spread, I think, of the year. But Keon Coleman, he is a tale of 2 people, okay? New England plays man 2nd most in the NFL, so New England plays man all the time. And against man, Jason, he has a 26% target share and a 0.56 fantasy points per route run. That is like top 5 in the NFL as far as fantasy points per route run. That is like almost elite. And versus zone, Jason, that goes down to like a 12% and a 0.28 fantasy points per route run. So he literally doubles and triples in opportunity and doubles in productivity with man, and that's who he's going to see. And New England's been sucking, dude. So I think Keon Coleman is going to do well this week.
Is how's Shakir looking with all that? Is he better on man or zone?
I went in depth on. I didn't even look at him, Jason.
Yeah.
I looked at. I was doing all this right before that show yesterday.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, that's fine. I was curious about that because I've seen a lot of people saying Shakir is a good play for this week, and I'm wondering if it was the same reason.
Yeah, I was trying to log in to the PFF, Jason, and look at that, and then I didn't. For some reason, I got free access yesterday to all of that man versus zone. Now it's PFF members. Anyways, like and subscribe.
Yeah, we're members, so
I know I need a user thing. I have not. Anyways, Jason, next up, this is tight end. This guy was tight end 2, man, last week with 12 fucking targets. He's going against Las Vegas, man. Las Vegas gives up what, dude? The 4th most fantasy points to tight ends on the year. If you're not starting Brenton Strange, I don't know what you're doing. Really bad over and under 39.5. But man, 12 targets, tight end 9 weeks 2 through 5 with Ingram out, and now Matt Jones is just super hyper targeting him. So yeah, dude, Brenton Strange is an easy streamer this week. He's still available like in 80% of leagues.
That's awesome. That helps my tight end play of the week.
Yeah, and nobody's picking him up either. Oh shit, I didn't see Jason. My bad. Okay, my bad. I'm doing all this last minute. I had to work late and extra hard. All right, let's play. Time for our plays and our pauses. We're going to start with pauses and then end with our plays for some positivity, Jason.
It's
so
time.
I think
it's time. It's time.
Oh yeah. So you start with the quarterback. Give me a quarterback. We have pause on.
Who do I have, Tyler? Oh, yeah. Let's pause CJ Stroud, quarterback 19. Even though I feel like most of the people are not going to play him. If you have another option, definitely sit CJ Stroud. So versus a Chiefs defense that allows 16.5 points to quarterbacks, that ranks 16th overall. The Chiefs allowed 18 passing touchdowns this year. That is the bottom 10. And the Chiefs have recorded 11 sacks in the last 3 games. Defensive tackle Chris Jones, Tyler, he actually leads the league in pressuring the quarterback. And Stroud's completion percentage under pressure ranks 24th in the NFL. Stroud has finished inside the top 12 for quarterbacks once in the last 5 weeks. The over and under is 41.5, and both have good secondaries. Joe Mixon may not play. Games of Mixon out of the lineup, he was quarterback 25, quarterback 7, that was versus the Jags, and then quarterback 15. So, even if he's not going to play, it does not look good. Yeah, dude, don't stay far away from CJ Stroud this week.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? I was listening to Rich Eisen's show today, and they were like, "Hey, man, this was the team. Houston was supposed to be the team that takes out the Chiefs, the ones that were built the best to beat them with Joe Mixon, all that stuff." Jason, it has been the biggest disappointment I could remember as far as that. And now they're like, "Oh, people have tape on CJ Stroud." I'm like, dude, CJ Stroud, give him an offensive line and then make your decision, man, because he's got especially the interior offensive line, Jason. So yeah, I could see that being a terrible matchup for CJ Stroud this week.
Yeah, when you're saying interior offensive line, I just said Chris Jones, defensive tackle, leads the league in quarterback pressure. So.
Okay, where's my sits, dog? Oh yeah, that's right. This guy that's disappointed me for like I don't even know how many weeks in a row. Okay, I thought I was the man when I picked him up off of waivers, Jason. And I was, you know what? And I was the man because it was free. But I'm not the man anymore. And neither is this guy, Tracy. Even when he does well, Jason, he will get vultured now by Singletary.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, like there's a lot of people that start him. I mean, still. So I understand why you want to do it, but I literally would sit him this week, Jason, versus Atlanta. Over and under is at 42.5, and that's whatever. It's borderline not good. Atlanta's getting 8.5 points. So even Vegas is like, dude, there's no chance for the Giants this game. They're going to be playing from behind the entire time. The Giants have the 4th lowest run rate over the last 3, Jason, at 39%. So the Giants are not running the ball because they're playing from behind always. And then Atlanta allowing the 4th fewest rushing attempts over the last 4 at 21 per. So, or over the last 3. I don't know why I wrote 4. But yeah, so not only so combine that, so the Giants aren't running the ball, and Atlanta is allowing like the fewest rushing attempts because people don't run the ball against them. They're allowing the fourth fewest rushing yards over the last 3 at 78. That's crazy. And Tracy snap count down to 68% last week. Singletary at 34%. He needs to be like at 80% to be doing something with his life. And he has a bad matchup on top of this. So yeah, dude, if I had Tracy, I know it's all you got, but I'd rather stream somebody, man. Dude, I'd rather put Craig Reynolds out there for reals. So yeah, Jason, I would sit. I wouldn't, not even pausing. I'm sitting his ass.
Yeah, that's crazy with Devin Singletary too, taking those goal line carries, because there was a time where Singletary wasn't even playing. He wasn't getting any action on the field, and now he comes in and he's at least a goal line back. That sucks. Atlanta's only given up like 5 rushing touchdowns all season.
Yeah, they've been great against the run. And their cornerbacks are like the worst cornerbacks in the league.
Yeah.
All right, man. Give me a wide receiver to pause on, Jason.
All right. Wee, wee, wee. This is my gamble of the week. This is Jason's riskiest pick of the week, and it is pause wide receiver Drake London.
London. Dude, that's
Drake
funny.
London. Yeah.
That is funny, Jason, because I thought I was going to be starting wide receivers, and I was like, man, I'm going to start London this week.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame you too. This is why he's my gamble of the week. Jason's riskiest pick of the week. Giants are ranked 23rd in wide receiver scoring, allowing 19 receiving touchdowns this year. They gave up like 5 receiving touchdowns last week against the Ravens. The Giants play man coverage 13th most in the league, and Drake is 24th in fantasy points per target versus man. He will be covered by fellow USC alumni Adoree Jackson, who allows 0.19 fantasy points per route run. And now rookie Michael Big Penix Jr. is the starter and will be against a defensive line that pressures the quarterback 35% of the time, which is top 4 in the league. This could be bad for the rookie, or it could be good for Penix to be the starter because he was a baller in college. That's why this is my gamble of the week, but I am leaning towards pausing them.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, Jason, but I think that we already know who's going to get targeted. I think just Drake London's going to get 15 targets from Michael Penix this week. But I'm
That's
tripping.
what we hope. Yeah, we're hoping.
Okay. Well, sorry, I'm thinking about how many. I'm thinking. I want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it in about 5 minutes. So hold on. All right, Jason, I'm going to give you a tight end. This is going to be just like a Tyrone Tracy, man. This is like literally the same thing. Well, not literally the same thing. This guy was even better. I wanted to trade for this guy. I was putting in some crazy trades for this guy, actually. Right after Chris Godwin went down, he was averaging 10 targets, 15 targets a game. And then Mike Evans came back, and Jalen McMillan came back. Shit's been whack. All right? Otton, Jason.
Mr. Cade.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's getting old. I mean, I can tell you how bad he is. It's like not like he's not like he's got a dip. It's like you can't start him.
Mm.
So versus Dallas, over and under at 48.5. Otton has 30 receiving yards or fewer in 3 of his last 4 games. 30 receiving yards or fewer. That's what you're pretty much getting from him. Dallas is allowing the 8th fewest yards to tight ends this year. So that's not good. Tight end 12 or better in just 1 of the last 5. He's been a tight end 1 in 1 of the last 5. That's 20% of the time. Outside of the top 27, Jason, in 3 of the last 4. So he's been outside of the tight end 2s, which is insane. And then Jalen McMillan coming back, and he's commanding targets and red zone targets, Jason. Otton, I'm telling you, man. If you have Cade Otton, you literally have to put him on your bench. And I am sorry about that, but dude, it's just like these just make me depressed, Jason. Tyrone, Tracy, and Otton. I'm not even saying have pause on them. You got to sit them.
Yeah, I had Keon in my lineup for him most of the year. After Pat Fairmouth in our listener league, I got Keon. He did well, so I'm going to keep playing. Well, he's in a little bit of a slump. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep him in. No, that kind of pretty much fucked me over. I took him out this week, and I put in Brenton Strange. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but the Cowboys, Tyler, also allow the second fewest receptions to tight ends. So
yeah, that makes sense. They give up. I mean, statistically they're pretty bad against the run, but not so bad against the pass and even better against tight ends. Play, Jason. All right, so this is mine, and I'm getting crazy here. I think this is, it looks like I'm, man, that's crazy. When I write it out, I'm like, ooh. P-E-N-I.
Big Penix. Big Penix.
But hey, man, I'm pretty much, I was looking at quarterbacks. I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude. The start of the week is fucking Josh Allen versus New England. I get it. He's going to score 50 points. But I'm just looking for two streamers pretty much, Jason. Here's another one. Versus the Giants. The over and under for this game is at 42.5, with Atlanta getting 8.5. So, hey, man, Atlanta's supposed to get some points here, at least. The Giants allowing the most passing touchdowns over the last 3, Jason, at 2.3 per game, 5 to Lamar, obviously, but still the most passing touchdowns. All right, and he's got I'd say he's got Drake London, right, Jason? I would say he's got Michael Pitts. I'd say watch Kyle Pitts just break out. But Kyle Pitts sucks. And then the Giants only allowing 0.7 rushing touchdowns per game over the last 3. So they are allowing the most receiving touchdowns and one of the fewest rushing touchdowns, Jason, in the league. So people are just throwing the ball against them. They're allowing the 10th most fantasy points per game, 18.0 to quarterbacks for the year. I noticed Michael Penix is, I should have checked to see where the offensive line ranks, though, Jason. Damn it. But
Yeah,
everything I've heard, okay, this is more of me getting filled up, Jason, listening to sports talk radio over the last 2 days, I think. They've been bringing on Falcons players or people that know Falcons players, and then they start comparing this guy to Tom Brady. The rumblings, Jason, in the building. It's like, Patrick Mahomes, have you seen this guy in practice? Have you seen him? I think it was Matt Hasselbeck is like friends with Zach Robinson, and he asked him about it. He's like, dude, just wait. So I'm hearing some shit, dude, and I was a believer in this guy anyways. He's got the weapons, and now he's going against the fucking Giants, dude. So I am loving Michael Penix Jr. this week. I'd probably still start A-Rod over him, but I'm telling you, man, I think Michael Penix is a quarterback 1 this week.
Yeah, he could do well.
It's talk radio, dude. I shouldn't be listening to so much talk radio.
It's so funny.
But Matt Hasselbeck, man, he played football. Zach Robinson, he knows Zach Robinson.
Fucking Matt Hasselbeck, yeah.
I really like Matt Hasselbeck. I'm having a hard time speaking, guys.
Maybe it's his brother. I don't like his brother.
One of them I don't like. You're right about that. Because I'm like, who is this guy? Why do I care about this guy?
Yeah,
it's one like, of the he's a backup for 3 years. Like, fuck this guy.
Well, I mean, this is what I was talking about earlier, Tyler. That's why Drake London's my gamble of the week, because Michael Penix can perform. There's a reason why he went 9th overall, right? So, I mean, Atlanta signed Kirk Cousins in the offseason, and they still drafted a quarterback at 9th overall. So,
all right, Jason, give me a running back you want to play.
Wait for it.
Give it to me now.
Play running back 37, Jerome Ford.
Oh.
So the Bengals' run defense has been average, ranked 16th in running back scoring, allows 1.33 yards before contact, and 116 rushing yards per game the last 3 weeks, which ranks 18th currently. But the last 3 weeks' games, right, for the Bengals, Spears, he scored 24 PPR points. Rico Dowdle, the week before that, scored 15 points. Najee Harris, the week before that, scored 22 points. Browns ranked 2nd in passing at 63% of the time. Yes, the Cleveland Browns. But that's when they had Jameis Winston. Now they have Darian Thomas Robinson. You cannot convince me, Tyler, especially you, Tyler, that they're going to continue to run or pass the ball 63% of the time with DTR. Jerome Ford scored 21 points when Nick Chubb went out last game. He's going to be the starter for the team. I'm expecting they are going to make an attempt to at least run the ball more than, 37% of the time. But still, even if not, the dude can catch as well. I see him as a flex this week with possible RB2 numbers.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Stefanski offense, Jason, is a run-first offense from the Vikings. I mean, that's how he made his money there. They had a great offensive line. I haven't checked to see their health lately, like Conklin and stuff like that. That's why they ran the ball so much. But no, dude, they're not going to throw the ball nearly as much as with Jameis Winston back there. And if I was you, I would have been picking And who are they playing against this week?
The Bengals.
Yeah, that's right. Because I saw that. I thought I saw something like that. That's an amazing matchup, dude, because even if they're going to be behind 40 points, so it's going to be a bunch of screens, passes to Ford. So if you're full PPR, it's going to be awesome as well. And dude, didn't Ford do really well last year when Chubb went out for the season?
I mean, he finished as a top 20 running back.
That's what I thought. So, I mean, that's his upside right there. So that's a running back 2 for you.
Yeah, built Ford tough.
Built 14. All right, Jason. Wide receiver, I'm going to start. Am I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing this. And this is like, I don't even have the stats to back this up too much. Because, who is it? Oh, Las Vegas is actually doing pretty good against the pass. Pretty good. But he has the 8th best cornerback matchup. So even though Las Vegas has been doing pretty good against the pass, when I say pretty good, they're like top 12. I think they're like 12th best in like versus in passing yards versus passing touchdowns. But dude, PTJ don't give a fuck, man. He just want to get Sauce Gardner for like 100 yards and a touch or whatever. They're at Las Vegas. Over and under is at 40.5. I don't like that. But again, he has the 8th best cornerback matchup this week versus Camarian Richardson at 0. He gives up 0.32 fantasy points per route run. Jason, BTJ is up to 0.51 fantasy points per route run. That is very good. So Jamar Chase is 0.60, stuff like that. So BTJ is doing amazing. He's 8th in receiving yards this year, dude, with 956. A 23% target share on the year. He has a 30% target share over the last 4 games. He's averaging 20 PPR points over the last 4 games. Las Vegas allowing the 6th most passing touchdowns this year. So actually, over the last 3, Las Vegas has been pretty good against touchdowns. But over the year, 6th most, 10 plus targets in each of his last 3. And that's been against Houston, Tennessee, and the Jets, dude. So those are 3 pretty damn good defenses. Tennessee and the Jets were the top passing defenses for like half the season. And let's see, 3 touchdowns over those 3 games, dude. And now he gets Las Vegas, which is just pretty much average. And he has an amazing cornerback matchup. So yeah, man, BTJ. I mean, he's getting people to. He is a league winner, Jason. I think I saw people were drafted him in the 8th or the 10th because there was a thread today like name the players that you will draft next season, and BTJ was one of the players. And everybody's like, my keeper, my 10th round keeper, my 9th round keeper, my 8th round keeper. It's like, shit, dude. If you got him for that, that is amazing.
Yeah, I like this. This is my dude, the Forgotten Tiger. He's just getting too much attention from Mac Jones. He's going to be a good play for the rest of the season. ROS.
Yeah. And then, Jason, who are you starting for tight ends?
Well, let's go with the guy who was 2nd in targets last game for the Jaguars. And
sorry, Jason.
Brenton Strange. No, it's okay. This one's kind of like my easy one. This one's like, I was like, I'm not going to do much on this. This is, he's got didn't do much research. This is not a challenging one that I picked. He's a tight end 30. Play the Raiders, who allow the 5th most fantasy points to tight ends and 7 touchdowns at tight ends, which ranks 3rd. In games with Evan Ingram out, Strange scored 9 or more points 4 times. This offense uses their damn tight ends, man. They use their damn tight ends. It's in the system. The system isn't broken for tight ends. He had 12 targets last week. There's only 2 people he's throwing the ball to right now, and it's BTJ and Brenton Strange. So I continue to play Brenton Strange. And
I'm sorry, Jason. I saw you text me. I'm sorry.
I'm playing him in our listener league this week.
Over who?
Cade Otton.
Fuck, I would too, man. But yeah, the reason I did this, Jason, and I didn't read your text anyways because I had such a crazy day. But Brenton Strange was my easy one too, man. Like, I was like, who's a streaming tight end? I was like, oh, I already know this. I took it from my waiver wire. So I had that done like at 10 a.m. You texted me at 11:11. So technically, I'm sorry. I apologize. We double dipped. That just gives us more confidence in the same player, though, right?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, more confidence. I like that.
I feel like every Wednesday has been so rough, man. At work. I have no idea why.
It's been wacky.
Anyways, hey, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any plays or pauses, comment down below. Let us know. Give us some stats maybe to support it. Maybe we'll think about starting them ourselves, man. We need all the help we can get, dude. Do like 40 hours a week on this, and we still miss stuff. It's crazy. Anyways, Jason, hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription. We need it. That's how you help the show, man. Jason, please send us out.
Yeah, so watch this video, and then the following day we're going to have our our live ranking episode where you come to the chat, ask us questions. We're here live going over the rankings for Week 16, second round of the playoffs. And then later, way earlier in the morning, though, you'll see a offensive line, defensive line matchup report. Check that out, too. I will talk to you guys in those videos. Deuces.
Oh, this is the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you.